Hey, Mr. MiyagiStyle, guys and gals. It's been a long time. I've been away for a couple weeks. I had friends come down. We had friends come down from UK, and they've never been to Canada, so we had to do the Canadian tour with them. So I spent the last 2 weeks in Niagara Falls and Quebec, Montreal, Toronto, a bunch of places, Ottawa. So we just got back a couple days ago, and they just flew back Saturday. So I've got some time to. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've been just kind of holding on and playing. And kind of nice that I did get to go away because I did get to use some of the stuff that I got, accessories to use with the X5 and also the Ace Pro 2 and also Go 3S. I'm going to go over, it's going to be a bit of a long segment this time because I probably won't do a video for a bit. I'm here for another 2 weeks and I'm off to Jamaica again. We go to Jamaica every July for our anniversary, and it's actually the 1 week we do quite a bit of diving, and I'm just trying to get all my gear together, all the accessories together. I'm putting together my macro rig. I don't know if you guys remember, I had built this macro rig with a 67 wet lens. It's a plus 18 diopter that I've got the adapter that I created to mount onto the dive housing of the Ace Pro 2. I'm gonna have 2 cameras on the tray. One is to shoot macro and the other one's to shoot video, so I can actually rotate them and use them simultaneously. So I've got that all taken apart. It's all packed away. It's ready to go for the Jamaica trip. I'm gonna have some time to do some hopefully some macro shooting, but get some good footage, and I'll post them on my channel here or on the group. The other thing is that the X5, I've had a chance to play with the X5. It's really good. I used the pure video on the X5 is phenomenal. I don't know if you saw some of my sample videos while I was away in Montreal and Quebec City, and I did night videos of with the X5 with the big hotel, and it was pitch black except for the light that was in the hotel, and it turned out really well. It was really clear. Today I'm going to work on some accessories. I've got a bunch of accessories, aftermarket ones as well as Insta360 ones, and I've gone through some of these. Some of these I haven't used yet, and I will use them, but I'll go through what I like so far, and then I have the third-party accessories as well that I'll go through it. I've got a lot more. I just don't want to make this too big of a segment. The first thing I'm going to go through, and I'm going to show you a sample. I was a little bit wrong on the Mic Air. So when the Mic Air came out, I thought it was just going to be another Bluetooth microphone like the DJI Mic 2 and the DJI Mic Mini. And I use the Mic Mini. You guys know that I'm using it right now for my my Alpha system, and I love the mic. And it has a transmitter, it has the RX and the TX, and the sound is really good on this. And the Bluetooth, it's okay. Like, it works good on the Ace Pro 2 and it works good on the X5, but it's Bluetooth, right? There's a certain limitation with Bluetooth mic. The quality's not there as opposed to a transmitter and a receiver mic system like the DJI ones. And when the Mic Air and Insta360 Mic Air, I thought, oh, this is going to be another Bluetooth mic, just like the DJI Mic 2 and the Mic Mini. So I was kind of reluctant, and I thought, well, I don't need another Bluetooth mic, right? But I got it, and thanks Insta360 for sending it to me to test out and to prove me wrong. And you'll see in the sample, I did 2 samples. The first sample is the sound from the Mic Air, the Insta360, and the second one is from the DJI Mic Mini. Now both have the exact same settings. The audio is untouched, other than because I always record in dual channel. So what dual channel means is that the external mic as well as the internal mic are recorded at the same time, so you have 2 channels. I've actually cut out the internal camera channel, so you're only going to hear the Bluetooth mic sound, and there's no gain at all. None of the voice options in the X, and this is done on the X5. I wish I had 2 X5s that I could actually put side by side with the mic. So I had to actually do it in 2 separate videos so that you can tell the difference, and you'll see the first video is going to be on the Mic Air and the second one is going to be the Mic Mini, and that'll give you an idea. They both are really good mics. In terms of the Bluetooth, I didn't try it with the receiver plugged in. I just want to try the Bluetooth mic. because I very rarely use my Ace Pro 2 and my X5 with the receiver plugged in. I always use the wireless option, which is the Bluetooth option, and it's okay. It's not, you know, like I said before, it's a Bluetooth mic, right? It's only going to take you so far in terms of sound quality. I was actually really surprised when I just did a quick test in my basement here. And I did the test where, you know, you turn your back on it and you close the door and you go far. Usually Bluetooth, when you start doing things like that, it starts to cut out and it starts to kind of muffle out and it does weird things, right? Because the signal's being interrupted or being cut. And when I did it in the basement of the Mic Air, I didn't have those issues, which is really weird because I left the room, turned my back, walked about 15 yards, closed the door behind me, and the camera was in one room, I was in the other room, and the sound still sounded pretty consistent and good. It didn't cut out at all, and that was in the basement. So I decided to do an actual outside test. I did with the Mic Mini because it's probably the most comparable mic between the two in terms of price point as well as tech. The transceiver on the Mic Mini is still a little bit better because you get a little bit more adjustments on it, whereas the Mic Air you don't. It's a very simple USB-C plug that just receives the mic signal. Anyways, I was a little surprised at the results, and you guys can test it out and listen to yourself and let me know, because in my ears, I think the Mic Air sounds better. Now, the video, the sound was not altered. I didn't boost the volume. I didn't change anything in both sound audio. And they just came right out of the camera and I just compiled it and exported it the way it is. But if you listen to the Mic Air, it's actually clearer and it's louder, much louder than the mic. I find Mic Mini is really soft. And in this incident with the demo, the Mic Mini sound kind of muffled out. And in some areas when I'm walking and when I'm back is turned to it, you'll hear the muffling sound a little bit more. And I always didn't like the DJI mic because I always turn the gain up when I use it in my Ace Pro 2 and even back to my Ace Pro and the X4. So I didn't touch the gain at all for both mics. And the Mic Air sounds much louder, much clearer, well, clearer. And it didn't muffle out or cut out as much as the DJI did. It did cut out. You saw one incident when I was off to the left and I turned my back with the door closed. It just cut out for a second and then came back in, right? The signal. But overall, I think the sound sounded much better. For a Bluetooth mic, it's actually not bad. Like, honestly, I didn't think it was going to be, I think it was going to be the same as the other ones, but they did some voodoo stuff with the X5 in terms of connecting the Mic Air to the X5. It sounds really good. I'm not sure on the Ace Pro 2. I haven't tried on the Ace Pro 2, and I will, because they made it compatible with the Mic Air. So I think the next test I'll do the Ace Pro 2. Anyways, look at the sample. Let me know what you guys think. You know, maybe it's my ears, but I think the Mic Air sounds better. I could be wrong, but like I said, in my ears it sounds better. I'm going to do the sample next. The audio sample for the Mic Air and the Mic Mini. And then after that, I'm just going to do a close-up and I'm going to compare some of the accessories that I've got, just to give you a kind of a preview of what I'll do quickly. I'm not going to go long with these accessories because some of them I really haven't had time. I'm just going to go through so far what I like and what I don't like for each of these accessories. And that's with the Insta360 as well as the aftermarket accessories. I've got tons of aftermarket accessories for the Ace Pro 2 and the X5 that I'm going to do it on the next segment. I just don't want to make this super long. It's probably going to be long already. First and foremost, the X5, and this is going to be tested when I'm in Jamaica, is the new X5 dive housing. Now a lot of people are saying that the X4 dive housing will fit the X5. It does not fit the X5. You have to actually trim or sand away. That there's a kind of ridges at the very top of the case of the X4, and if you kind of shimmy some of that off, you can actually slide the X5. It's pretty tight. I wouldn't take any chances. And also, I'll show you a comparison. The buttons are in the wrong spot anyways. You can't use the side buttons with the X5 or the X4 X5 with the X4 housing. So there's no point in doing that. You're gonna wreck your X4 case, and you can't use it for the X4 case. The other thing too is I've noticed the X5 dive housing, the domes are much bigger. So I'm not sure if it's because of the larger sensor, the dome is that big. But I'll show you the comparison between the X4 and the X5, and the domes are much, much bigger. So that makes a big difference as well. So I've got the X5 dive housing, and I got two dive housings. I bought these on my own. There's one that is a generic. These are both aftermarket dive housings. Okay, so one I believe is it's a Tellison. It's an old brand. It's unbranded. It's AliExpress. And there's another one that I've seen floating around for the X3, X4 as well. And I like it because that opens up from the bottom, and it's not a clamshell. So it's actually two pieces. And the reason why I like this is the bottom piece has the two buttons, so you can actually access the front buttons of the X5 on this, as well as the side buttons. Whereas the invisible dive case from the Insta360, as well as the generic one, the one that's identical to this, and I'll show you they're very similar. They're almost identical units. Does not have the front buttons. There's a drawback to this case, though, and I'll tell you when we do the close-up, and then you can decide what you want to do. Both of these are very cheap compared to the OEM one. But they're a big advantage of the OEM one. I'll show you what they are in a minute later on. The other thing I'm going to go through with you guys is a couple more accessories. This is the Mic Air one. I've got the one with the TX and the RX. And then we are going to look at the foldable utility handle. Okay, I've got it right here. It's got the X4 in it, actually. And I'll go through that in detail with you. What I like and what I don't like about this utility handle. That's one. The other one is the utility fast charge case for the X5. And then I have this FOMO power handle. Okay. This is really cool, and I'll go through that as well in the close-up. I actually used this for the past 2 weeks when I was away and doing our tour around Canada. So I'll go through that with you. And last but not least, the bullet time selfie stick 2.0. Pretty neat stick. We'll move on. So let's do the audio sample for the Mic Air and the DJI Mic Mini, and then we're going to move on to the close-up of all the accessories I just mentioned. Have a good one. I'll talk to you in a bit. Bye. All right, guys, this is test number 1. I'm going to do the Insta360 Mic Air, and this is just Bluetooth. Both are going to be set up. I'm going to compare the Mic Air as well as the DJI Mic Mini. And both of these are going to be recording under dual audio with the X5. And I'm going to just adjust the dual audio to the mic only, so there won't be any mixed audio with the camera as well as the mic. And also the gain will be at 0 for both mics. So the Mic Air will be the first one I'm going to test. So I'm just going to talk for a little bit. It's really hot today, so I'm just going to go out and I'm going to talk a little bit with the door open. And I'm going to close the door and I'm going to go further out. So I'm going to have something in between. So we'll do some testing and see what you think. All right, I have my sandals. Okay guys, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to keep talking as I go further and further away from the camera. I'll leave the screen open so we have no blockage. And I'm just going to go further down and see what the sound quality is like on the Mic Air. Okay, so I'm going to turn my back. Typically, this is what happens with Bluetooth mic. When you turn your back to the mic, you start to cut out and you start to lose transmission. Hopefully, I won't get this. I've tested it down in the basement, and it seems to work pretty good. So I'm kind of out of line, pretty far away. So I'll say I'm about 15 yards away from here. And I'm going to talk. It is really hot today, guys. It's like 35 degrees today out Celsius, and it's humid too. So I'm pretty far away from the camera. I've got a line of sight. I'm going to walk out of the camera's line of sight, and I'm going to keep talking. And I've got my back turned to the camera. We'll test and see distance, my back to the camera, and being out of line of sight. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to start closing the door. I'm coming towards the camera again. I'm going to close the door. And I'm going to walk away again. So maybe this will make a difference if I close the door. My back is turned to the camera. See what the sound's like. This is there's no gain adjustment mic, but the mic is going to be strictly on the Bluetooth mic for both Mic Mini and Mic Air. So I'm far away, the door's closed. I'm gonna go out to the left-hand side, about 15 yards away from the camera. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep talking. You guys tell me what the sound quality is like. I've noticed something, the sound quality is actually pretty good on the Mic Air. So we shall see how this looks. So I'm coming back, I'm gonna do the second test with the Mic Mini. Okay, I'm coming back. Oh, brutally hot out there. Okay, shutting off. Now I've got the DJI Mic Mini connected. I was having some weird, it was giving me audio anomalies and kept shutting off. Should be, I just restarted the mic and it should be fine now. So this is the Mic Mini connected via Bluetooth, and there's no gain, zero gain. I'm gonna do a test again. I'm gonna go out and do the same kind of a blockage test and a distance test, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm just gonna spin this around. There we go. Let's get to see here. All right. Here you go. All right, so first test I'm going to do is I'm going to do the screen test. So screen, I'm going to do a line of sight. All right, so now my back is turned to the camera, and let's see if we get any cutting in and cutting out. The volume I find with the Mic Mini is really low compared to the Mic Air. So let's see how it pans out. So I'm going to go in a line of sight, and I'm going to go out farther to about 15 yards. And the Mic Mini and the Mic Air is both in the same position. So I'm in line of sight here. I'm going to get out of line of sight and see how the mic is. So I'm about 15 yards again. I'm going to turn, get away, and get out of the camera sight. I'm going to go around like I did with the Mic Air. And I'm going to make my way back, close the door. I'm going to do that test again and see. So I'm going to do almost the exact same test. And I'm going to keep talking. So I'm back here and see how the sound is. Close the door. Okay, now I've got the door closed. I've got a barrier in the front, so signal-wise, it may interfere, may not. So I'm going to go to my back and go out 15 yards and do the same test again with the barrier closed, and let's see if this how the sound is on the Mic Mini, the DJI Mic Mini. I'm going to go out of line of sight over here. I'm going to walk the other way and get out of line of sight. Let me see. I'm going to go on this side. Okay, I'm out of the camera. So I'm a little bit closer to the camera, but I'm out of sight. So I've got my back to the camera, and I'm going to come back and let's see how the sound sounds on both of these. All right, you guys be the judge and let me know which one's best. I think the Mic Air is going to be a little bit better in terms of sound quality. All right, guys, first thing is first. We're going to look at the Mic Air. So this is what you get with the Mic Air. If you get the transmitter as well as the receiver, the RX, and the TX package, you get a nice case with this. I really like the kit that it comes with. So it does come with the transmitter, which is the USB-C, the receiver, and then you have the mic, which is the transmitter. It's tiny, this thing. And it comes with the magnet for the back. So if you want to put it on your shirt, you can, which is what I did earlier today. It does come with a clip, and it also comes with the charging unit for the mic, and also the dead cat, which I'm not a really big fan of itself. That's a box right there. So these are the pieces it comes with. Mic's kind of cool. The charging unit, it looks like the dead cat is actually a thing that goes around the mic itself. So you can actually wear it as a ring if you want. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of using dead cats. I just there's a trick to using a mic if you don't want to use a dead cat, the fluffy thing. I just find that it gets wet or it gets lost, and it kind of looks goofy. You can actually take the mic and put it on the inside of your shirt, which acts as like a wind muff. So it works just well. The clip at the back, which is neat, because if you don't want to use the magnetic, you can just use the clip, and you can just actually clip that to your shirt lapel. Comes off, and then you have the necklace one, which is attaches, and you can have it on your necklace. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna do a little bit more testing with the mic. I just did it really quick, and I just thought sounds really good on this, and I thought it was just gonna be another Bluetooth mic. But I think they did something to this mic to make the quality better. Or you guys tell me from the sample which you think sounds better. I like the volume of the Mic Air, and I like that it didn't cut out as much, and doesn't sound. I always find the mic Mini or any Bluetooth mic connected to the Ace Pro 2 or the X4 or the X5 sounds muffled. Even my DJI Mic 2 sounds muffled. So I've been just kind of recording it separate and then just do a post sync. Anyways, that's that for the Mic Air. Again, I haven't put a lot of hours into this, and I'm going to. I just got back, so I have all these accessories that I just haven't had a chance to test out. But I will put some time into this and do some testing. The important thing that I want to talk about is the dive housing. This guy right here, we have one. Let me just put this aside here. We have two, and we have three. So all these dive housings are for the X5. I bought the aftermarket to compare it with the Insta360 one. I want to make sure that, are they the same? How they differ, and so on and so forth. And I did find some differences between the OEM, the Insta360, as opposed to the aftermarket or the third party. I'll go through this one first, and this one, and I'll do this one the last, the one that has the two-piece, and I'll tell you why to avoid that one. So let me see. Now let's do the Insta360 one. This is brilliant. Insta360 did a lot of. I noticed this with the dive housing. They really have been listening to scuba divers. Me, for example, I scuba dive. There's a couple things they changed on this that was designed for people use underwater and scuba divers. First things first, they redesigned this. This is a special clip. This one that mounts the finger mount. Now, if you look at it close, I think you can use this with the older dive housing, the S4, the X4 one. This piece right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. This piece right here on the side where this screws right in. I looked at it, I go, this is a weird design. It looks different than the other ones, because if you look at the other ones, let me just pull one here. So this is an Insta360 one you get in some of their cameras. And if you look at these two, they're very different. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay. This one has that extra kind of a notch on this where the thumb screws in. And I'm like, why does that look weird? And I thought about oh my goodness, they thought about this, or they listened to divers. So one of the biggest problems I had with having a selfie stick on the X4 dive housing was that I could never get this thing tight enough that this doesn't keep moving back and forth on the stick. Okay, when you're underwater, this will get loose, and this will teeter-totter. Okay, I have to really crank this tight to the point where I'm gonna crack the plastic. So what Insta360 did was brilliant. They had you design this square so that this thing, when it's mounted on this particular mount, will not teeter-totter, will not tilt. So it keeps it straight, which you need to keep it straight when you're doing 360 on this. Okay, so that's one thing that's great. I wonder if you can buy these separately for the X4 and the X3 or whatever those dive housings. So that's a great change there, and they really listen to their customers because of that. The other thing is, this case came with it. This is really cool. So it comes with the dive housing, the actual finger mount, thumb screw. It comes with this case, and I'll explain that neoprene case in a second. And it comes with the moisture pads. So it comes with a bunch of those that you put on the sides, which you should use when you're using a polymer case. So neat. This is brilliant, actually. I really like the way they did this. If you look at this, I'm like, this is an odd looking case, but when you go diving, there's really nowhere to put this to jump into the water. They used to come with a sort of like a glove, like this. It was a very simple glove, or it was a bag like this, and you can't really take that diving with you. You just can't, right? Because it gets wet, soggy, and you can't put in. So they created a neoprene, and I actually DIY a neoprene case for mine when I go diving. And I have these tech shorts that I have these two big pockets on the side of my tech shorts when I go diving. and one pocket holds the X4, and the other pocket holds the Ace Pro 2. So I have two cameras on. There's like a holster. But this is a great idea. So what they did was this is designed to be on your dive vest. So you put this through, and it just goes right here. It doesn't come out, and it has a clip that you clip on, right? So it stores it. And I was wondering, what is this thing back here? It's like kind of weird. It's like a Velcro pouch or like a fastener. So, and I looked at the instructions, and it was kind of cool because this is designed for your dive vest. You know, you have straps on your dive vest, and you have the shoulder strap that comes down. This actually straps onto the. It's actually quite neat. It straps onto the shoulder strap or belt strap so that you have a holster to hang on to this when you're jumping into water, getting out of water, so you can have some storage if you're not using the camera. So it's like a scuba vest holster. That's great. Like just things like that are really cool. That Insta360, like they listen to their customers, and they're like, hey, you know what? Somebody wanted to do this, came up with this idea, let's do it, right? So brilliant idea. Now, I'm gonna go through one thing with you. Some people were saying that, hey, you know, can I use the X4 dive housing with the X5 camera? So this red thing here is the, oh, by the way, I bought this thing for my X4 case. It's really, it was kind of replacement for this because it's a neoprene cover. I already put a scratch on my X4 Sky. It's not really that bad. The one thing with these domes is that they're very easy to scratch, especially when you're scuba diving. You're always around metal parts and plastic parts that can actually nick this really easily. And it's a great idea that it came out with this. So I ended up buying something like this. It's just a silicone cover for the X4 case that you can just put over, jump into water, and when you're ready to use it, you just remove the silicone cover so your lens is always protected. Now, some people are saying that can you use the X4 housing with the X5? You can and you cannot. You can if you, on the X4 housing, if you open this up, you'll see these two ridges here. This is kind of like fins that stick out, and that's to hold the X4 in snug. Okay, the X5 is slightly longer. So for you to fit the X5 in here, you would have to kind of file away or sand away these ridges here. Now, a couple problems with that. Now you're tampering with a case. So if something happens, Insta360 may say, hey, you know what? You did that. You're not supposed to. They're not going to cover your warranties. Second is that if you do this, then your X4 is not going to fit in here anymore because then it's going to be loose in here. Because this piece, unless you put some tape in, holds your X4 in. And the third problem is that the buttons don't line up. Okay, the X4 and the X5 buttons are in different locations. They've actually moved it down a little bit moved it up a little bit on the X5 because they put the USB door at the bottom. Okay, and the other thing I noticed when I got the X5 housing is because of the larger sensor, if you compare the two, I don't think it's going to work properly with the X5 and an X4 case. I wouldn't do it anyways just because you're just going to wreck your case and then you have nothing for the X4. But if you look at the two, there is a significant difference in the dome sizes. And I'm guessing that's because of the larger sensor is compensating for that dome size. I could be wrong, but why would they make it so much bigger? There's got to be something with the new sensor that requires a larger dome for better stitching. So I don't think it's going to work right. So if you look at the two, they're very different. The X5 case is much bigger. I really like the case. I did just an outdoor water test with the case, and it seems to stitch fine. So I'm going to assume it's going to work the same underwater. The first aftermarket case. This is actually, I dropped this thing already. So this thing is let me just put it on a stick here. This is a third-party case. It's a no-name. I'm guessing it's probably a Telesin or Pullett's case. But if you look at the two together, they're almost identical cases. Even the design is almost identical. I'm going to guess it came from the same factory or close to it. In terms of quality, I don't see much of a difference. The domes are the same size, even the designs are the same on both of these. So this is the Insta360. This is a generic case. Now, a couple things. I did a water test on both of these. So they passed a water test. Just a simple water test. Dip test, I call it. One issue I had with this one is the buttons on this. I think it's not precision. Okay, the reason why I say that is because when I put my X5 in this one, these buttons, when I press it down, it doesn't activate the buttons inside. It's a smidgen. If I put tape over the buttons, like just a simple like Scotch tape right over that, then these buttons work fine. So it's off by like a tenth of a millimeter. So there's that. These buttons are, I'm sure maybe I just got a bad one and they work fine if you get another one or get a router. But no big deal. I just put a piece of tape on here. This is like a piece of even like electrical tape, whatever. Once I put it in, it works fine. Everything works. And I haven't did the test. Stitching is fine on this one. Because technically, these two look identical to each other. Like even the design of the shape, the domes are identical sizes, right? So yeah, if you want to save some money, I got it as a backup just in case something happens, if there's a leak or whatever. This one I have another case to go to. Just have to put a tape on it so that those buttons will work better. It doesn't have the screw, but I can always use this on here and then prevent it from tilting. It does come with a mount. It does come with a thumb screw. It also comes with a pack of moisture pads for these. So that's that. So price wise, this one in Canada is about $160 for the Insta360 one. If you want to get another one I don't know if I would buy two. I just like to have backups. Even when I'm like with my Ace Pro 2 case, I always have backups. Diving cases in case the seal's ripped or it leaks or whatever, then I have something to fall back on. This one right here, you can buy off AliExpress or Amazon. It's a generic one. And it retails, I think I got it for about $50 Canadian. So it's about 1/3 the price. And it does work. So, I'm here to save you guys money, but I'm also here to tell you the differences between the OEM Insta360 one and also a generic one. Things like I had to put a piece of tape to get it to these buttons to work properly. Maybe I got a bad one. Maybe just the buttons aren't working as well on this one. The next one might be better or doesn't have that problem. But I'm just saying the one I got, I had to do that just to make sure the buttons work accurately. So just things like that. So you're aware of what you're dealing with when you buy third party, as well as when you're buying OEM. Okay. So I bought this one because I like I really like this bottom, and it's kind of cool because it has the two buttons on the side. It also has the two buttons in the front, so you can actually access the buttons at the bottom as well as the ones on the side. And I like the clamp. I like the two-piece just because I don't have to open this whole thing out. It's like opening up a car hood, right? And it's huge, and I'm just always worried I'm gonna snap it right off. This thing is two pieces, and it's waterproof as well. Now they sell these for the X3, X4, X5. And I didn't know this when I bought this, and it was a dumb user error. It was me. That this is not a full 360 case. It's just a waterproof case, meaning that when you put the X5 in here, it fits fine, works fine in this. The buttons work great. You will not get 360 degrees full stitch, proper stitch. You will get the 360, but you'll see the bottom. So you'll see like a little tab. So it's not a full 360 case. I actually talked to them about this, and they said, well, yeah, they had it in fine print. I didn't really read it, so it was my fault. I should have read it. It was AliExpress. This was about $40 for this one. It's nice if you want to just goof around and use it as to waterproof your X5. Like I said, if you're using it for maybe just a single lens mode or something like that, this would be perfect for around the pool, around the beach, that kind of thing. So if you want a full 360 degree stitch, this is not what you want to buy. It does not do 360 degrees. It does show the bottom of the housing. So it does come with a nice silicone case. Comes with a tab, thumb screw, as well as, again, more moisture pads. So I like that this kind of protects it. But yeah, if you want something just waterproofing your X5, then this is a good case to have. It's not expensive. It's like 40 bucks Canadian, and it's through AliExpress. So, and I think they have these in Amazon as well. At least my Amazon does. So that's it for the dive cases. If you have any questions on these, please ask. I have both the OEM and as well as a third party. So that you know what the differences are between the two. The utility holster. This guy. The foldable utility handle. Okay, I've got the X4 on here, and I really like this idea. It's like a switchblade for your X4, X5. It does work with the X4. It does work with the X5. You cannot use it with the lens guard on this. You have to use it with the bare lens on the X4. And bare lens on the, I believe, on the X5 as well. So you can't put those extra lens protector and it won't fit. Now, I love the concept. I love the quality of this. I love that this is a switchblade. It flips out. What I don't like about this is that I'm not sure if I can do this, but it's in here too snug. Okay, to get it out, it's like you have to kind of push the top and kind of wedge it out. I don't know if there's a trick to this, but I didn't see anything in the instruction manual. Once it opens up, it's great. You can use it and then fold it back down. It's not something that you can just pull out quickly and use and put it back, because taking it out takes a bit of work to get out, which I don't like. See, is you have to kind of grab it. I think they should have made this a little bit with a little bit more indentation so you can actually get a good grip, because you can't really get a good grip on this to get it out. It's just harder to get out. It does have the tether. It comes with a strap. And again, everything now that Insta360 makes has a tripod. This is wild. It has a tripod. It's like a fold-out tripod. This is really neat. It's a neat thing. Would I use it a lot? Probably not, because I can't. Unless there's a way, if anybody knows there's a way for me to get this out easily. It's the same with the X5 as the X4. It's really, because this is too tight here. It's too snug. So you have to kind of, and it's rubber, right? So it's kind of friction that you can't get it out. And you have to push this latch to pull it out because it's locked. And because just the way it's designed, it's hard to pull it out. That was the only thing I don't like about it. I wish they didn't make it so tight, because I can't, like, it's really hard to get out. Like, I'm afraid to just this thing will fly out of my hand trying to get the camera out, right? Would I use this? Not likely. Would I use it to protect something, like to protect it? Yeah, probably. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. It's cool. It's well built, but that's a deal breaker for me. I thought it was going to be easy just to pop out to get out easily and then put it back, but it's not. Anyways, that's that. Okay, next up, the utility fast charger case. All right, this guy. This is neat. Now it's not this guy, which I wish they made this. I wish they made this This is the old quick charge case. Okay. And I love this thing. I absolutely love this thing because it's a power bank. It's also charges 3 types of batteries. Your X4, your X3, your X4, Ace Pro 2 even has micro SD slots, and it's also a power bank. This is such a great accessory, and I still use this for the power bank and for my Ace Pro 2 and the X4. And they came up with this. I think this is just, it's really just there's no power bank. Okay, it's just to charge your X5 batteries, and they changed the X5 battery, which you can't use anything else. You can't use the X4. You can't use it in this charger anymore. I wish they made it some way that can make this compatible or adapter to charge an X5, because I really love this. I carry this with me all the time because it's a power bank. This is not a power bank, okay? You can use it as a power bank if you have a battery in there. So if you have the X5 batteries in there, there's a little pop-out slot that you can actually use to charge like a power bank. Okay, so that's kind of neat that it does that. And this also charges via USB, has a little tab to show you how much power you have. And it does have a 3-slot micro USB, slides up and locks. So that's kind of neat. Would I take this with me? Yeah, because it's small enough that I can, if I have an extra X5 battery, yeah, I can charge it in this. And it's slim enough that I can actually use this as a power bank. So if I have an X5 battery in there, I can still use that as a power bank. But why would I want to do that? Because then I would deplete the battery of my X5, right? So if I want to use the battery, I can't. It's depleted. So very cool. Would I use it? Yeah. If I have an extra battery, definitely bring this with me, because it's tiny enough that, you know, you can just put it in your bag and travel with it. So I still prefer this guy. I still love this quick charging power bank for the Ace Pro and the X4s. That's that. Next, the FOMO power handle. I really like this thing. This thing is wild. It's really cool looking. It has the 6100 milliamp battery in there, so you can actually use it to charge. So if I have this on here, I can actually have the cable here, and it can actually charge while I'm using the handle, or I can just use it to charge my camera when it's, you know, the battery's depleted, right? So I can do that. You can actually use this for the Ace Pro as well, and you can use the charging for the Ace Pro as well. So it's got multiple uses. It does fold down, so you can actually, like, the 2-in-1 selfie stick. That's it, the 2-in-1 selfie stick. I use this all the time. I love this thing, and I think I might have a new one. I really like the FOMO just because it has the battery. I like that it also has the little tiny tripod or the tripod stand, so you can actually set it up. So it opens up, and it's just little tiny legs. Oh, so cute. Looks like a little bug. And it does have the built-in remote, which is really cool, and it charges the remote while it's in there. So yeah, you can use it as a selfie handle, a recharging handle. The con about what I don't like about this compared to this old one, it does not extend. Okay, like the old one extends, which is nice when you have the X series cameras, because you want to extend as far as you can to get a better 360 shot. You cannot do it with this one. There is one thing that you can do if you really want to do it. You can get a selfie stick and you can connect it to the bottom, because it does have a 1/4-20" at the bottom. And then now you can, it's just kind of weird. It's just really heavy now. You can extend that for the 360. So that's, at least it gives you that option to extend this stick. So that I really like. It comes with the tether. You can tether here, and it comes with the cables. So yeah, and it actually comes with a remote as well. So now I have two of these. I have one that's synced to my X5 and one that's synced to my. So this one is synced to my Ace Pro 2. There you go, 2 handles. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Not bad. It's okay. It's just a charging block. That's all it is, right? Love the concept. Not a big fan of how tight that is to get out. It's not really a quick opening thing. Last but not least, this guy, the Bullet Time Selfie Stick 2.0. This is really cool. So I have the original Bullet Time string, you know, the one that retracts out, and you just whip the X4 around for the Bullet Time feature. So this one is actually a selfie stick that does that. So to engage the Bullet Time feature, you have to loosen this, and you pull this out, and it has different angles that you can turn the stick. So it has 90 degrees. I think it has 70 degrees. Let me see if I can pull it out here. Sorry. There you go. So on here it has marking. So this is 75 degrees, 90 degrees, and 65 degrees for bullet time. And once you do that, it actually rotates. And you just spin the camera around. And it actually is an extension as well. It's a selfie stick extension. So pretty neat. So it just goes down and you twist it. And now you have a selfie stick that extends. Pretty cool. Look at that. So 2-in-1 selfie stick, bullet time selfie stick. Yeah, this definitely is going to be my new selfie stick from now on. I like the handle too. It's got a nice grip on the handle. I really like the new accessories for the X5. They're built really well. The handles are robust. I don't have any issues with them. I've had some time with, I've had lots of time with a FOMO power handle. I haven't really used the X5 charging unit. I charged it once just to make sure it's working. It works fine. It charges pretty quick. This one I just use to store my X4 now. But I should put some oil on the lens so it comes out a little bit easier. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. So yeah, it's a great, I love this. It's so cool that you can just, it's like a switchblade camera. You just put it back and it protects the lens and it's awesome. It's nice and compact. Maybe I'll start to wear out. It'll start softening or something. I can open this a little bit easier. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's it. I know this one ran a little long, but I had a lot to cover. If you guys have any questions about any of these products, let me know. Drop me a comment down below. Ask any questions. If you want me to test something out with any of these accessories, I'd be happy to do it when I get a chance to answer your questions. But yeah, these are some of these are amazing. Some of the I could do without. And the mic, I'm gonna do a little bit test the Mic Air. I really like what I'm seeing with the Mic Air so far. Now there was talk about the Mic Air's latest firmware update had some issues with distance. I had it about 15 yards. It didn't go very far. I haven't put it to the test in terms of distance, so I may do that next. If there's anything else, guys, let me know. But have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon. Catch you guys on the flip side. Ciao.